Hey folks, how you going? It's been pretty rough weather for the last 2 or 3 days here, and today's a little bit better. Really not good enough to be able to stay outside and get into the gardening the way I like to. I've done a little bit earlier this morning, but the wind's picked up again, and I thought, look, let's take the opportunity to have a look around and see how the trees are going. These are the citrus trees that we planted over a week ago, and we've also planted olive trees down in a paddock, which we'll go and have a look at later on as well. What I want to show you here is after a week, because this is a protected environment here. This is a lot more protected than what we have out in the open plains or down there. And this tree here, for example, here, I was walking past it a couple of days ago, and already we've got this developing on it. Look at that, that's rust. Now that's because of the cold weather we had in the high winds. And the new growth, normally a lime green colour. Now a lot of you have been emailing and saying, my citrus trees are falling apart, they're discolouring, the leaves are falling off. Yeah, it's going to happen, it's winter. They don't really like that high wind and cold weather. You need to either prune it off completely and try and remove the moisture in the ground if there's too much moisture, like digging a moat around the base. That sounds ridiculous, but we do that if we need to drain it away, or we pull the mulch away if there's too much mulch. But more importantly, the first stage is to actually prune it back, and that's what we're going to do here. Now, I want an open vase shape. It's the way I like my trees, and if you're going to do the same, you start from young. You don't wait for this tree to put on all this wonderful growth and then cut it right back. Now we have a couple of options here. Have a look at this. We've got this upright growth. We can train this to open it up. Oh wait, let's start again. Here's the trunk. We've got a bit of a fork going on here, and it comes up to this point here. Now if I leave it normally, we'll have a bit of a kink there going on, a bit of a dog leg, but then we can create the vase up here like that, so the tree starts at this point. So that means all this bottom stuff is useless. Or we take the top half off and work with this bottom stuff, the bottom branches, not stuff, the bottom branches here, and reshape it again and remove some of the wispy stuff so that we have a nice sort of open vase shape as well. Let's walk around and have a look at it properly. We could work with this, the top half, yeah, because we've got a good established branch here, we can actually fork that out properly. So I am actually going to remove all the bottom stuff. It's a waste. These bottom branches, don't need them. Like that. And I'm going to open up the inside as well once I've done that. Now, yes, it'll put on new growth straight away, and that's fine because it's a small tree and we want it to put on the new growth. We don't need it to start fruiting from now, and if it does put on any young fruit, I might actually just remove it all because I don't need it. I want it to shape up first. Now, that's coming along really well. Now, this will start putting on a lot of new growth everywhere, including where I want it to grow. So, for example, if I want this to thicken up, that will thicken up, but it will also grow here. So I'll keep removing the stuff that I don't want, the unwanted branches, and allow this part to keep growing. Now this is growing into the middle. I don't need that. That's growing up too high. You don't want it any longer than about 60 centimeters before you prune it off. Well, around 60, maximum 90, let's say. So we take that off there. Actually, that's still too high for me. I want it a bit lower there. And the same thing here. Now that's already been forked off. Have a look at that. It's been cut off once. It's forked off already. So I may leave that, but I've got too many going on here. Oh, see, decisions. Yep, that's gone. We shape it up. Look at this now. As this side starts to grow, because it will catch up eventually, this part here, this will open up like that. So we'll have this open vase shape going on. You know what? I'm going to take this off because I need the energy to go back down to the bottom. That's too long already. It'll come back up again when we need it to. That's okay for now. And each tree needs to be judged on its own integrity, structural integrity. They don't all grow the same way straight away. They all have their different habits in growth spurts. So you need to work with those and prune it accordingly to suit the tree itself so you can create the ultimate open vase shape. Have a look at this tree over here. Again, one-sided it is. We can think of it as a one-sided tree because I'd like to think it's been pruned off here once, see there? And it's forked off in that direction, suck it off here. Not a lot on this side here again. Now we can either just remove all that and treat that as our upright branch and take all these bottoms off, and then we have our shape. This one here, we're going to do this one like that. So we're going to take the bottom branches off. I'm not going to let it grow too tall, but I'm going to work with these upper branches. In particular, these ones up here. I might leave this one here too, I think. Shape that up. Look at that. We've got branches everywhere. That's going too high. Take that off. Take that off. I'll take a little bit off that as well. Yeah, you know what? I'm so inclined. You know what? Bugger. Do it. And take that off there. All right. Ooh, yeah. You're looking at me. I know you're looking again. What have you done to the tree? I haven't done anything to it. I've just shaped it up. This is what I'm doing there. That's my trunk. These are my branches, and they're going to be 4 branches going up. Let me clean that off a bit more. Oh, bad cut. Come on. Even us experts can't cut properly sometimes. I'll clean that up after. Sharpen my tools, you reckon. 4 branches, have a look at that. That's what I'm going to shape up. These 4 branches like that. They're going to fork out and grow out to here. Like this. Pretty? Yes, I am. All right, that's what I'm going to do with these citrus. Let's go check out the olives. Folks, when you're buying a tree from your local garden centre, and I urge everybody to get out there and buy something now, because it's a perfect time now. You probably can't visit your garden centre if you're in Melbourne. That's unfortunate. You can go online, or if you're in the other states, obviously you can get out there. But when you do go out there, the point is here that you'll find a lot of trees, like you just saw with my citrus, they're a little bit one-sided, that there's a lot more growth on the one side than the other side. And it is that they do prune them as they start growing from young. But you know, these growers have got thousands upon thousands of trees, and they can't physically go out there and rotate them towards the sun so they can all grow uniformly in shape properly. So you'll always find a little bit of one-sided. Now, I started to cut into those trees. I didn't actually finish it properly, but the aim is to remove all the unwanted branches, create that open vase shape, or espalier if you like. And then, you know, as it does grow, you'll find new suckering plants or branches coming through, and you work with that. Over here, these are the olive trees that we planted the other day, and you also saw the other day how we started to mulch the first row with the bark and compost. Now, after that, we didn't get a chance to come out because it's been so windy and obviously raining, but I did come out earlier this morning and just gave them a light prune over these olive trees, that is. And most of them were leaning over because I've literally just planted them, bit of compost manure, and as you saw, the black grit, and mulch on top, or straw. And I've taken the tops off. Now, and because they're small trees, it's so much easier to be able to see the tree in its full integrity from above. So you want to create the open vase, and that's the best way to look down from a bird's eye. Now, we've got a branch here, we've got some branches there. If you come over the top of me here, have a look at this. See, it's sort of coming along, but we need to open it up a bit more. Now, I can leave these branches here to do the job, and as they grow, that'll be fine. We can have this little branch coming through, or we can work with this lower branch. You can't have 2 branches, one above the other, growing out in the same direction that close. So we've got to make a decision. Which one do we keep? Which one did we get rid of? So coming from down here, that branch is going to stay. The bottom one, which I just removed, is going to be gone. That's the one there. So that's what we had just before, but I did cut it off. So that's gone. And now on this side here, the same thing. There's another little branch. I don't need that one there. Get rid of that. Now this will open up like that. That will open up on this side. We've got a few more branches that we need. We can get rid of this one here as well, like that. So we create this open vase. There we are. Now that will grow out. You'll decide which one of the 2 are going to be the stronger one to keep, and you eliminate one. But we've got a nice vase shape going on there already. Not in the perfect shape, but as it grows, it'll get better. Take the tips off that. There we are. Let's move along and see the other ones. And they vary. They're not all identical. Look at this. I've already taken a bit off, you can see here, but again, that's growing in. I don't need that. That's growing out, that's nice. I've got 2 growing out here. I don't need this lower one, that's too low. And these will have to start maturing to see if they're going to be any good. Otherwise, we'll find a new branch that comes on, whichever takes off the most for us. They've all been tip pruned except for this one and that one there. That's fine. We're pushing energy back down. We still need it to thicken up and fatten up from the base. We don't need this top growth yet. We need to get the integrity at the base and the infrastructure right. I thought I cleaned this out properly, but I haven't. That's growing into the middle. Get rid of that. We don't need that. Get rid of these. We don't need that. opening it up. Okay, there's a lot more branches than I need, but give it a chance. This bottom one's too low, we don't need that. And we just keep going around like that. And as it grows, we'll pick better branches to keep. And that's what I'm going to do with the rest of them. We got some boggy ones down here. We haven't mulched here yet completely. Look, rabbits are already here. Look at this, holes. Look at this. That ain't a rabbit. That ain't a rabbit. That's a dog. That's Jack. Where is he? Yeah, he's coming in for another feed. Yep, he's coming here and eating all the chicken manure I put down. Yeah, dog print. Look at that. Now that looks like Kara's foot. That's a big foot, isn't it? That might be Kara. Kara, what are you doing? Hey, licking your chomps? Now the other night it was raining so heavily when I went to bed and woke up, it was still raining. So I gathered it was raining all night, and that was for 2 days. And now I've come out here and I haven't mulched all this. Like I told you, I haven't been able to, but look at it. Look at it, look, oh, look at that. You reckon this tree's gonna grow in this? Look at that, look how wet that is. It's like quicksand. So, have a look inside. Oh! Lucky I've got gum boots on. It's not getting my foot dirty, it's not, I nearly took me back out. Yeah, you keep laughing, all right, whatever you like. Have a look at that, look how wet it is in there. Look at the water sitting in there. Now, yeah, am I worried? I am. If the rains come again, I'm gonna have to come back here and lift this out because it ain't gonna dry anytime soon. But if it doesn't rain for the next couple of days and we still get these high winds, this will dry up. Wait, let me get your foot out. Wait. That is not, I'm not kidding you here. Ah, look at that. Okay. Now, this is a good example of what I mentioned to you about when you dig a hole and you change the soil. Now, I didn't change the soil here, but because I've broken it up, it was able to get air inside and the moisture obviously penetrated a lot easier because it's so hard, the surrounding areas of it. So the soil around is really hard. So the water's sitting there, it's not draining away. And if you've got the same problem in your garden and it happens really easily like this, you're gonna need to lift the trees up, especially the young ones. Now, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna wait a couple of days, come out here to see what's happening because it ain't the other ones, it's this one. Let's have a look. Is it that one there? No, not as bad. It's wet. Oh, it's still a bit soft under the foot. Yeah, it is. Wow. 1, 2. Yeah, this one too. Look at that. Look at that. Turns to quicksand. It's broken up because the wind's been blowing the tree over. Look, these are strong trees. A lemon tree or a citrus tree would not tolerate this one single bit. So these 3 trees here, the ones that are suffering, this one looks a lot drier. Look at it, it's 3 meters away. Or am I dreaming? No, they're all wet. It's just my imagination. Everything's super wet here. What about my figs? Look at this. Fig trees, I've got 24 figs here. This is soft as, but this area here, the soil around here, the surrounding soil is a lot harder than over here. Because let's have a look at this. Another fig tree here. It's hard, it's soft there, meaning that it's soft under the foot. That's nowhere near as wet. That's still fluffy, but not soaking wet. Come over here. That's soft. The soil's soft, but it's not like a slurry at all. Yeah, I can get my foot in it, but I don't want to compact it. And it gets soft, and it gets. Oh, look at him. Really? Come on. Really, mate? Hey, what have you done? Come here. Really? You're kidding me. Jack, did you do that? Is that you? Really? Mate, you know what I'm going to do to you if I catch you doing this again? Hey? I'm going to put you in a chicken coop. No, actually I'm not, because there's... Yeah. Come on. Tickle, tickle. Come on. Tickle. Which way do you want to roll? Come on, which way are you going to roll? Your leg's the wrong way. This way or that way? Which way? Come on. Oh. Did it taste good? Huh? Oh, you're a good boy. Oh, scare me. You jealous girl. All right. Well, there you are, folks. Animals in the garden don't really go well, but you're going to have to sacrifice a little bit of a mix-up. Yep, another one here that's been dug over. If you've planted your fruit trees in the garden, make sure you go out there and give them a good prune. Citrus trees, olive trees, no matter what it is, give them a prune. A young tree needs to be pruned hard and remove the fruit. If it sets if any of the flowers set fruit, make sure you take them off, because you don't want to get any fruit in the first couple of years. You need the growth. You need to establish a good root system. And once that happens, second, third year from there on, start enjoying the wonderful produce that you get from them. And plenty of products on our website, vasilisgarden.com. From me, Vasili, Maresi. Get out of there. Get out.